Usually I come on here and I give my whole spiel. The Sixers go down 104-101. They lose game 2. They now trail 2-0, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going to hop right into it, man. The Sixers were wrongfully cheated at the end of this game. Now, that does not mean they couldn't have played better. They couldn't have inbounded a basketball. They couldn't have not choked. Honestly, I'm really tired of going through choke after choke after choke. You can replace some of the chess pieces, but overall, if you just keep on choking, is that just who you are? Is that your identity? Is that who this organization is at their core? And this was an absolute gut wrencher, rips your heart right out of your damn chest. But the Sixers were cheated in this game, and we have time to rant about the Sixers, but we need to call a spade a spade. Okay, first off, here's Nick Nurse after the game talking about how everything went down at the end and explaining why the Sixers were cheated.
The first thing is, obviously they score. We take a look at getting it in quick. We don't get it in quick. I call timeout. Referee looked right at me, ignored me. Went into Tyrese. I called timeout again. Then the melee started. AKA the Sixers choked a 5-point lead with 30 seconds to go. Matter of fact, 27 seconds to go. But maybe Nurse is just talking a bunch of nonsense, right? No, let's look at the actual damn play. The 76ers called timeout not once, but twice. Here's the shot by Brunson, gets the lucky bounce. Okay, now, Lowry has the ball. Watch in the top left corner, right? Here's Nick Nurse, right? We see him. Nurse in the top left corner. Ready? Boom. Calls timeout once. Lowry gets it in. Probably shouldn't have inbounded that, but he did. By the way, Maxey was being fouled right there. And if you want to zoom in on that, there you go. Look at that. Maxey getting grabbed by Brunson. So he was fouled. They didn't call that. Nurse called a first timeout, and let's resume that. Okay, cool. Ball goes up in the air. Guys are fighting. Maxey has control of it. Maxey's on the ground with the ball. Timeout again by Nick Nurse. Why did he not get the timeout? He was literally ignored. He was ignored. If that's what we're going to do, okay, fine. That should have been a timeout. The Sixers would have inbounded the ball. Who knows what would have happened? But they would have had a damn sure better chance of winning this game. Nick Nurse was ignored twice. The ref did not call anything. Knicks get it back. Then DiVincenzo shoots, misses it. And of course, the Sixers, with their Achilles heel, cannot get a freaking rebound. And the Knicks get another opportunity, and everybody stands around, and you can just feel the life come out of this team. And DiVincenzo takes the lead. Absolutely all-time incredible choke. And it's just sickening. Sixers were cheated out of a win. They're now down 2-0. And they go back to Philly. Now, I think the Sixers can win the next game, maybe the next two. Can they win 4 in a row? I don't know if they can. They would have to either win 4 in a row or end up winning 4 out of the next 5 and win one back here in a game 7, which I just do not think is really optimal at this point. But yeah, it's just unbelievable. Here's Joel Embiid after the game. Quote, we should be 2-0. We're good. We're going to win the series. All right, Joe, I guess I'll have to believe you because I'm pissed. And when you take a step back from the last final moments, I mean, again, it felt like the Sixers had this game won. On my live stream, once again, shout out to everybody that tuned in. We had over 45,000 people. I'm sitting there and I'm going this game's over. We won. I'm talking my talk. I spoke too early. Can't ever speak too early with the Sixers. Joel Embiid gave you 34, 10, and 6 on one freaking knee. Tyrese Maxey gave you 35, 10, and 9, almost a triple-double on a flu game. Tyrese Maxey was questionable. Maxey flu game. Gave you everything he had. Went cold in the third after a hot first half. And then he heated up in the fourth, had 15 points in the fourth quarter. So you have Maxey giving you 35 with 15 in the fourth. You have Joel Embiid giving you everything he has on one knee, hitting a crazy and one on Hartenstein. And nobody else shows up for this team. Kelly Oubre has been absent the first 2 games on offense. He's been great defensively. We'll talk about that in a second. But absent on offense. Tobias Harris plays 40 minutes. And he fooled us again. Tobias Harris hits a big 3 early in this game. He's rebounding, he's playing hard, and he dissipates into nothing. He did nothing in the second half. He had a shot in the second quarter to quiet down the crowd. He was feeling himself, and what does he do? He evaporates. Tobias, you should take off the final 2 games of this series, bro. I'm just being honest. Play Ricky Council. Play Campaign. Those guys have heart. Tobias, you have no heart. It is what it is. Speaking of heart, Josh Hart, 21 points, 15 rebounds. That's heart. That's heart right there. Hart was going off in the first half. I think he had, 19? Didn't do anything in the second half. Jalen Brunson, 8 for 29. You're telling me that Brunson has missed, 39 shots in the first 2 games of this series, and they've won both. Brunson has been clamped by Kelly Oubre. That's why I'm not as mad at Kelly. Even if you're not scoring the ball, play good defense. Be a rebounder. Do something. Kelly has single-handedly clamped Jalen Brunson in this series, and I'm looking at Hart, who went silent in the second half. I'm like, how did they win this game? It came down to DiVincenzo and Hartenstein dropping 14 in the second half after he had nothing in the first. That was it. That was it. The Sixers shot better from 3. They were close on the rebounds. The offensive rebounds killed the Sixers in the fourth, but overall, everything else was pretty even. The Sixers choked away a game, and I think what hurts most is that Joel gave you everything he had. Tyrese gave you everything he had, and you had the lead. You had a cushion with literally the game over. And the refs cheated you, and the Knicks squashed it. That's what happened. That is this game. I'm sick to my stomach. This is up there with game 5 against the Hawks. That's how I feel right now, kind of. And maybe game 6 against Boston. That's how I feel. This was absolutely inexcusable, like Joel Embiid said. And, this team just doesn't have enough heart. I'll give that to the Knicks. They have more heart, not with Josh Hart, but literally just heart. They want it more. Now, are the Knicks going to be humbled? Absolutely. They will be humbled. This team has shown me the Knicks in this series. They've been better than the Sixers a little bit, but they're not winning the championship. I mean, they're going to get humbled eventually, right? They're not playing well. Brunson is not playing well. But the fact that the Sixers choked this game again is just absolutely insane. Credit to the Knicks. When the Sixers gave them the chance, the Knicks pounced on it. So for that, I give the New York fans credit and the New York Knicks credit. But there's just no way you lose this game. Buddy Hield is worthless. Okay, I'm just going to say it. 15 minutes off the bench, 2 points. All the Buddy Hield stands, though, were telling me, RB, you're overreacting. When we get to the playoffs, Buddy's going to figure it out with more time with Joel. Buddy Hield is not giving the Sixers their money worth in terms of an investment. He's just not. He can't play anymore. Paul Reed really did nothing off the bench. Nico Batum, not much. I would start playing these other guys. Campaign, KJ Martin, Ricky Council. Why not? What do you have to lose at this point? Sixers need to win next game. Really, it felt like they needed to win tonight. But unfortunately, the circumstances at the end of the game did not allow them to do so. And now you have a pit in your stomach. What are you going to do? How are you going to answer? How are you going to respond? Appreciate everybody for tapping in as always. Philly Take with RB. That's all I got, man. Drop your comments, thoughts down below. You guys have a great rest of your night. Peace.